And Harvey Weinstein's facing up to 25 years in prison after a split verdict in his sex crimes retrial. The jury convicted the former movie mogul on one count of engaging in a criminal sex act, but acquitted him on a second count. Now jurors will keep deliberating a third-degree rape charge amid reports of tension and bullying on the jury. ABC's chief investigative correspondent Aaron Katersky has the latest.
Jurors deciding the fate of disgraced movie mogul Harvey Weinstein are back at it. They have one additional count to decide after rendering a split verdict on two other counts. And this came after a bit of chaos in the deliberation room, with the jury foreman telling the judge that he didn't want to go back in there because people were attacking him and yelling and screaming. The defense sought a mistrial. Harvey Weinstein even addressed the judge directly, saying this wasn't fair to him, that he wasn't getting a fair trial. The judge disagreed, told the jury they needed to cool it and remain civil, and moments later they rendered a split verdict, finding Weinstein guilty of sexually assaulting a one-time production assistant named Mimi Haley back in 2006, but acquitting Weinstein on another charge of sexual assault involving a former model, Kaya Sokolow, who said she was 19 when Harvey Weinstein attacked her in 2006. The jury has so far been unable to reach a verdict on the third count, accusing Harvey Weinstein of raping an aspiring actress named Jessica Mann. The judge told them to come back today and try and render a verdict on that count. Diane?
Aaron Katersky, thank you. And let's bring in attorney Areva Martin for more on this. Areva, thanks for coming on. What's your reaction to this split verdict?
I'm not too surprised, Diane, to be honest with you. These cases are very difficult. They involve allegations that happened over a decade ago. And we've seen in other high-profile cases the difficulty of getting a conviction. And we know in Harvey Weinstein's case, his 2020 conviction in Manhattan was overturned because an appellate court determined that the trial judge allowed in evidence that should not have been allowed into that particular case. I'm more shocked in this case by the allegations of jury misconduct. The foreman telling the judge that he felt threatened, that he felt that he was being pressured to change his decision about the verdict. All of this suggesting to me that perhaps we're going to see another appellate court weigh in on this verdict.
Weinstein's also serving time in prison due to a conviction in California. Could this verdict impact that case?
Well, it appears that Mr. Weinstein is going to be in jail for quite some time, not having nothing to do perhaps with this case. This conviction in one of the charges in New York probably means more jail time for him. Although, as I said, I think there are some probably clear errors in this case that will give rise to what could be a very successful appeal when you look at all of the allegations coming from the jury about intimidation and bullying that's going on. But based on that conviction in Los Angeles, Weinstein is going to be in jail for probably the rest of his life.
And Areva, how likely is it for a jury to reach a verdict after initially saying that they couldn't come to an agreement?
It does happen, Diane, occasionally. But again, this jury is not your typical jury. You rarely have fights like this spill over into the courtroom, and in this case, into the public. So this jury being forced by this judge to go back in under what's called an Allen charge, which is when a jury tells a judge it cannot reach a decision and the judge says, go back, keep deliberating, keep trying. But the tensions seem to be so high in this case, not likely that we're going to see a final outcome today.
All right, Areva Martin, thank you.